Stardust soars into the sky with incredible speed, leaving a brilliant trail of light in her wake. A close-up of Stardust's eyes reveals her intense focus and unwavering determination to take action. She begins a steep dive from the clouds, aiming straight for the city below like a guided arrow. A massive missile is plummeting toward the urban center, with Stardust appearing as a small speck of light desperately giving chase. Egoistic appears with a calculating smirk, remarking, "Just now. That's one more debt you owe me." A rare moment shows Stardust with a confident smile, as if she has finally figured out how to handle the falling threat. She flips mid-air, accelerating her descent to generate the maximum amount of force possible. Stardust uses every ounce of her strength to stop the massive missile's momentum right in mid-air. Close up on Stardust's strained face as she struggles against the immense heat and pressure of the projectile. Meanwhile, on the ground, Egoistic and his companion watch in shock as something else massive begins to emerge. Back at the base, Egoistic's allies are in shock as they realize the missile is locked onto Stardust herself. Egoistic looks completely baffled. He can't wrap his head around why this is happening. Stardust pours every bit of her strength into holding back the massive, rampaging projectile. Her eyes burn with sheer determination as the missile's engines begin to overheat and malfunction. Now, Stardust screams, preparing for a final move to divert the explosive threat. She clings to the missile, using her own weight and momentum to force it toward a safe zone. A massive trail of fire streaks across the sky, creating a scene that is both majestic and terrifying. Egoistic pressures Seo Yoon to find the launch source, while she frantically types away under the stress. Shocking news, the missile was actually launched right from the presidential office. Time is running out. Seo Yoon struggles to crack the deactivation code before disaster strikes. Egoistic is in total shock as the screen flashes. 10 seconds until explosion. Everything is moving way too fast. 9 seconds left. A mysterious man wears a sinister smirk, appearing to be the mastermind behind this cruel plan. 8 seconds. 7. Stardust is pushing her speed to the limit, driving the missile out of the atmosphere. 6 seconds. 5. Elsewhere, people go about their lives in peace, completely unaware of the looming disaster. Only for seconds. 3. At the base, Egoistic and Seo Yoon watch the countdown in breathless, helpless anticipation. A powerful shot of Stardust standing firm in the vast sky. She is the city's only hope right now. 2 seconds. Stardust lets out a scream, pouring every ounce of her strength into pushing the bomb even further. The final second. With a massive burst of energy, she kicks away from the missile just moments before detonation. 0. A blinding flash of light consumes the horizon as the bomb detonates at maximum altitude. A catastrophic explosion rocks the stratosphere, forming a haunting and massive cloud of fire. The massive explosion lights up the entire night sky, as seen from behind the giant robot. A scene both magnificent and terrifying. In a classroom, students are startled from their studies by the loud blast and the strange light glowing through the windows. The high-ranking officials behind the scenes wear expressions of pure shock as they witness the missile's detonation. Back at the base, as Seo Yoon gasps in fear, it exploded. But what about Stardust? Anxiety is written all over everyone's faces. Egoistic completely loses his cool, screaming Stardust's name in a rare moment of pure panic and vulnerability. Amidst the smoke and debris, Stardust is unconscious and falling freely from the sky. She looks so fragile after giving her all. Suddenly, a strong hand reaches out to catch her. Egoistic arrives just in time, holding her in a classic Princess Carrie midair. Stardust slowly opens her eyes, realizing the person holding her is none other than her arch-nemesis. She can only mutter, "You!" Instead of being gentle, Egoistic scolds her with a worried face. "Who told you to block it? Were you trying to die?" A truly cinematic shot, Egoistic carries Stardust away through the fiery sky. A perfect, complex bond between villain and hero. Egoistic is holding Stardust and is secretly surprised. He didn't expect a girl with such overwhelming strength to feel this soft. Feeling the strange gaze, Stardust starts to get annoyed. She's clearly getting angry because he won't stop staring. She looks him dead in the eye and asks, "Why are you looking at me like that?" The atmosphere suddenly gets very awkward. Egoistic reminds himself, "You're in a villain's arms right now." He tries his best to maintain his cold facade. To hide his embarrassment, Egoistic starts nagging her. He calls her reckless and a fool for trying to block that missile. He explains that the missile was actually aimed at his location, and if it had hit, even he would have been wiped out. Egoistic demands to know the real reason she did it, and Stardust simply replies, "Just because." Stardust gives a tired but incredibly gentle smile. With this, our debt is repaid, right? Egoistic is completely stunned. He's left speechless by this sudden beauty and sincerity from his rival. He confusedly looks away, wondering what that smile meant. The villain's heart definitely just skipped a beat. Egoistic carries Stardust in his arms, looking at her with deep thought. He wonders if she has finally realized something about him. A fleeting fear crosses his mind. "Don't tell me you've realized it, Stardust. That I'm not actually a true villain." He sets her down and checks her condition. Fortunately, she's only unconscious from exhaustion. He secretly admires her incredible durability. Egoistic immediately contacts Soyun through his earpiece to get an update on the situation. Seoul drops a bombshell. The president personally ordered the missile strike. Egoistic can only comment on how unpredictable and cruel this world is. He looks at Stardust, knowing the whole world witnessed her heroic act. Her reputation is now destined to reach new heights. Egoistic decides to take action to crush the shipping rumors between them. He commands Seoul to start a live stream immediately. The live broadcast begins with a bold greeting from the #1 villain. "Hello, everyone." The live stream interface appears, exploding with thousands of comments. Fans are going wild, incessantly asking about Stardust's whereabouts. Egoistic flashes a confident smirk at the camera. Beginning his performance, "You're all wondering where Stardust went, right?" The stream cuts to Stardust lying unconscious. The live chat immediately explodes with rage, mistakenly believing that Egoistic is the one who defeated and harmed their beloved Hiro. Without a second's delay, Egoistic shouts into the camera, "I didn't do that." He begins exposing the presidential office's plot to launch a nuclear missile right in the heart of Seoul. Egoistic is visibly furious. He openly condemns the president of South Korea for being willing to sacrifice millions of lives just to eliminate a single villain like him. A close-up of the president's pale face as his cruel secret is exposed to the entire nation. The accusation of abandoning the citizens of Seoul deals a fatal blow to his reputation. Egoistic's roar in images projected onto massive LED screens across the city. A villain is standing up for the truth, while Stardust lies there as a silent witness to the near sacrifice. The chapter closes with a close-up of Stardust's exhausted face. As the name Egoistic fades in, it signals that the relationship between them will never be the same again.